Welcome back to another episode of The Great Perspective, where we talk sports, politics, family, and everything in between. We want to ask you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, support the channel. We want to start off with college, the recap on the college weekend. One of the big upsets was Indiana defeating Oregon 30-20. What was your thoughts on that game?
Um, I was kind of disappointed because I thought Oregon, this was their year, but no, they still. But it do show the parity that me and you've been talking about. That's in the college, and there is no dominant here, and I can't wait to see.
You can't wait for what?
The college football playoff.
Oh, we got a long way from that.
There's so much parity that anybody can beat anybody. So that means the playoffs are exciting.
Mm.
Like
Yeah, it does even it out a little bit.
uh, number 6 ranked Oklahoma lost to a non-ranked Texas,
Yeah, I had
60
Oklahoma. I
23.
didn't think. Yeah, I didn't think they. I didn't think Texas was gonna be able to do it because I thought Archie Manning. I thought he needed not. Uh, I thought Manning he needed more time. Uh,
Yeah,
but they pulled it out. They pulled it out.
they did. And then I also want to salute Deion Sanders for beating number 24 ranked Iowa State and getting the program back on track when a lot of people still doubting him.
Do
Because
you
this is
think
his
the
first
program is on
time.
track?
Huh?
You think the program is on track after this win?
No, no, no. It's moving in the right direction. They're
I have to
not
give it another
there
game.
now,
Yeah, I have to give it another
but they're
game.
moving in the right direction.
Mm. I have to give it another
And then,
game.
as far as Dion making playoffs, I give it another 3 years. They got a lot, but the other big upset was Pittsburgh going in Florida State and beating them 34-31.
Yeah, but Florida State they've been getting exposed the last couple of weeks. They're not
Yeah.
living up to the hype. The hype that started the beginning of the
At
season.
the beginning of the season, because they beat Alabama, they got for hype.
Mm. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not a believer in them.
But switching to the NFL, we had a lot of
We had a
but
lot of
Tampa
what?
Bay did beat San Francisco 30-19. Baker Mayfield showing that he is him.
That was
And
a big
me
win.
and your surprise, Kansas City. manhandled Detroit 30 to
Yeah,
17.
yeah. I thought Detroit was gonna be able to pull that out, but just based on the way Kansas City's been playing the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
But the going back to Baker, I think he's showing that he's the truth. And he was number one draft pick that year, right?
to Cleveland.
Yeah, the Cleveland. So he's
And I
showing
wonder how
that, yeah, and he's a Heisman
the,
Trophy winner. So he's showing that, you know, I'm I'm ready. I'm here. I can be an elite quarterback. He's showing that already. Um, it's not just in the past, it was just splashes here and there. He's showing it
yeah,
and he's being consistent. And Tampa, they're gonna be something to be reckoned with. And he's winning without his number one receiver,
yeah.
Evans. Evans not even playing and he's still winning. So
And
that says a lot.
yeah, it does. Like, as you can see, my personal team, them Cowboys, lost, and you said it. You said it ain't gonna be a win, and it wasn't. But you know, I'm a
Because the Carolina,
Dallas,
they've been mhm.
but Dallas need a defense. The same thing was going on tonight with the Buffalo and Atlanta running up the field on Buffalo, and Josh Allen done touchdown, but it don't mean nothing when the defense giving up a touchdown every time Atlanta get the ball.
They gave up almost 200 yards rushing. That tells you
Yeah,
everything you need to know about that defense.
Dallas gave up 200 yards to one man.
That's what I'm saying. That they gave up. I think it was actually 100, like a buck 80, something like that, 187. But it was still almost 200 yards rushing that they gave up. That tells you everything about their defense because the same player, the running back, he even came out of the backfield and scored a touchdown. So he was catching and running on y'all. So that means your pass defense was trash and your run defense was trash. But you know,
Yeah. And what's sad is he told Dallas he was going to do that in a press conference before the game. He said they need to buckle up, and he backed it up because you know Dallas cut him. You know
yeah,
he
because they
played for
didn't want to
Dallas.
pay him. Yeah, because they didn't want to pay him. Because Jerry can't pay. You can't pay Dak that ridiculous amount of money, and then you
Pay
just
your
can't
other
do it.
skill.
Yeah, you just can't do it. I'm trying to find out exactly how many yards he had rushing on y'all.
He had over 200
Nah, it wasn't over 200. It was close though.
because he had 2 games with 200 yards back to back.
Give me a second. I'm trying to find. But I just think
Mhm.
no. Nah, keep going, keep talking.
Yeah, but that was your uh, pretty much highlights for the NFL weekend. But for the sports bettors out there, the NBA is about to come up in a little over a week. And the first game is going to be the Lakers against the Warriors, and the second game is the Rockets against the Thunder.
Before you go there, uh, Rico rushed for 183
Okay.
and caught 56 yards. He had a total by himself 239 yards by himself.
Yeah, Dallas defense is just like South Carolina.
South Carolina's disappointing.
Buffalo, as
Yeah.
you can see tonight, you can have Jerry invested in the offense, worrying about offensive linemen, receivers, paying CD Lamb, and that, he got over 200 million a year just in offense,
But
and
Dak
it goes.
was the problem. But I mean, you can't speak on that. I mean, you can speak on and have your opinion, but people, especially those that have played the game on that level, they say pay the player. Yeah, I understand. I see what the market is, but I put it like this: just because you're in that position doesn't mean it warrants you to get certain type of money. Just
Yeah,
because, yeah, Dak can get stats and all that, but just because you are in that position as a quarterback, and the going rate for a quarterback is 35, 40 million dollars a year, don't mean Dak Prescott deserved $40 million a year. He should have been
yeah,
at that 30 to 35 range. Never, what, 2 years ago, 1 year, the way the contract was structured, 1 year he got $75 million, whether he played or not. That was in the contract. He like 2 years ago. But Jerry paid him. Jerry even said he overpaid him. So
yeah.
that
You know
hurts
that.
y'all.
That's
You
why
gotta.
Jerry and Dak ain't close like Jerry and Tony Romo for Cleveland. Jerry and Dak is a high and by because Jerry knows Dak's problem, but he couldn't do it unless Jerry allowed it. Everybody in sports know Dak do not deserve to be the highest paid player in the NFL.
No,
He has nothing to
not
back
the
that
highest
up.
paid quarterback.
Huh?
Not the highest paid quarterback.
Ain't nobody
You know
making
what I'm
more a
saying?
year than him.
But he didn't. Well, I mean, that's y'all. Like I was talking to another. I was talking to my barber. I went to getting my hair cut. Talking to my barber. He a big Cowboy fan. And he said he's looking at the game as a rebuild. He's looking at the season as a rebuild.
That ain't the
He
way
said
Jerry's
it's
looking
just
at it.
it don't matter what Jerry want. Jerry gonna be disappointed every week, like the Cowboy fans, because you looking for this thing, and you're not going to. If y'all go to the playoffs with that defense, it's gonna be the same thing y'all had last year. Think about this: you couldn't beat Green Bay. They ran down your throat.
Yep.
Then San Francisco beat you at home. So what you gonna? Better, but forget the playoffs. Y'all got to fight to even get out of y'all division. See, I know Carolina. We on a rebuild. We got the wrong quarterback. We got some. We got two good receivers. Actually, three good receivers. Because I think Horn's pretty good. Then we got the one receiver from South Carolina, and then we got the number one draft pick. Um, but defense, we got to work on line, offensive line. We got to work on. I face reality. I know my team on the rebuild, but Cowboy Nation, for some reason, y'all leave hope, and you don't have the defense. You're not even. I don't even think head to head y'all gonna be able to beat Washington.
Well, we play Washington next week. So that be a conversation we can have on the next show. You know, when I get picked up for the weekend. But the switching up the conversations, what you had to think about with what was going on with Trump about
Going
making
on with
peace
what?
in the Middle East.
Say you said Trump making peace in the Middle East.
Yeah, they freed all the hostages.
Um, I think that's the least of our worries. I mean, that's good that they um free. They came together. Both sides came together with a deal, and they freed the hostages. I think that's a good thing because I couldn't imagine, being a family member of one of the hostages and you worried about your family for 2 years. So I
Yeah.
know that was hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking, I'm thinking everything that's going on, not just internationally, but I'm looking at what's going on locally, what's going on domestically. Um, but as far as that, yeah, that's a good thing. Releasing the hostages has been 2 years. They came to an agreement. We just have to see going forward how how long it lasts.
But one thing I can say, when I was watching the news this morning, and they had people in the Middle East and uh, cheering for Donald Trump. That's the first time an American president got that kind of welcome in decades.
Well, no, I won't say. Well,
Because
okay, I
you
give you that
remember
because I'm about to say because Obama,
George Bush,
the world loved Obama.
yeah, but he
The world, the
George
world
Bush,
loved Obama. They loved Obama.
yeah,
The
they
world
did, but
loved Obama.
like George Bush went on there and they was throwing shoes at
That's what I'm saying. But they loved
him. And
Obama.
before George Bush, they was burning American flag. And Obama was sort of like a mediator. They, they loved him, but they didn't cheer for him.
Mm,
They the idea of black American president, but his actions didn't show us. Like I,
mm.
I can rattle off everything Trump did. I can't do that with.
I'm not saying policy. I'm just saying based on they liked Obama based on personality.
Yeah, but what
That's
I'm saying, they love Trump for acts.
actually the
America is love again
actually
in the
no,
world.
actually the world I don't think they like Trump. I don't think the world like President Trump like they do
Did
you
you
would think.
see that crowd this morning in Gaza and Israel and 4, 5 different
Yeah,
cheering for?
I think I think I think the world fears him. It's a difference. It's like, you I don't get into what the media says about he's a bully, all that. I don't get into all that. But I'm saying people know, like you said, his acts. So they know that, like I seen one congressman, I think it was. He said he talked about, and this video is all over social media. He talked about when Trump met with the leaders of the Taliban, and he said if one American soldier is hurt, I'm going to take you out. I'm going to delete you. And he showed the dude a picture of his house and walked out the room. See, people know not to. Trump, he said, I'm going to do a mass deportation. And he's doing a mass deportation. If you don't like, some people don't like what he's doing or what he says, but he is telling you what he's going to do. Now, going back to the original conversation about as far as people, yeah, they happy that their family members is over. The people in Gaza are happy that there's no more war, and then the other side, the people of Israel, they're happy that their family members are coming home. So that's why everybody would cheer. Okay, this peace deal was able to happen. But as far as like the world stage, um, people liked Obama based on personality because he's come off as more of a President Obama was more of a celebrity.
I'm not getting, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying people didn't like Obama. I'm just saying Obama never went overseas and got that kind of welcome.
Okay.
No, Trump is making it happen, and he's not a Democrat or Republican, but to me, it seems like Republican presidents, even Bush, the one that a lot of people don't like, they do. They don't wait for nobody to give them permission to act. But when Democrat presidents come into office, they passive. But when
Mm,
Republicans come into office, whether it's George Jr. or Senior or Trump, they're aggressive.
mm,
Like a woman wants her husband to be. Make the decision whether you like it, whether whether somebody's gonna like it and somebody ain't gonna like it. But to make the hard decisions, the Republican president do that. With Democrat presidents, be passive. Like
mm,
George Bush Jr. made the tough decision, invaded Iraq. George Bush Sr. made the tough decision, and it was Desert Storm. Ronald Reagan made the tough decision, and it was the Cold War, and ended up breaking up Russia. Well, no, he broke the Soviet Union,
mm.
and Atlanta just beat Buffalo 24-14.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Uh, Washington about to beat Chicago. Well, nah, it's in the third quarter. 2 minutes. Well, actually, a little under 3 minutes left. Washington up
15,
17 to
17.
16. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Uh, I was thinking about something too. We was
60 yards, 68 receivers.
I was thinking about something we were talking about yesterday. Thinking about you bringing up men and men making decisions. We were talking about last night about how men the wage gap. Well, not the wage gap, but the wage increases. How the wage increase for uh, a lot of Americans in the last 5 years.
Yes,
Uh, I'm trying to think. What was it? It was 25%, but was that men or just Americans?
men.
Men. So right
But
now,
I was thinking that remember you told me how they put out a statistic and you found out in layman's terms that it's actually less they actually put out because I cannot realistically 25% of men in America make over 100,000. So you telling me every 100 men 25 of them make over 100,000? That's unrealistic. To make that kind of money, you got to be a CEO,
No, 100 grand. No,
a doctor.
no.
So who making that? District manager?
Yeah, you gotta look. Okay, if you take your job, right? Okay, I use my job. I'm a federal worker, right? Um, on this, like I told you, I also do security. Uh, so if you need any type of security services, check out Williams Council Security Group. Also, but as far as federal workers, I know for a fact our salary is public knowledge. It's like in the military. Your salary is public knowledge. You go online and you talk to somebody and say, "What you do?" Oh, whatever, whatever. Oh, okay, that's like what a GS, whatever. And they can go online and say and look at the scale from GS4 to GS15 and see what you make your base salary per year. Um, and it's a lot of people I work with. Their base salary is over 100,000. If you, especially you, I mean, you look at you take HR people at Amazon, they're making over 100K a year. Then you got to look at the landscape of the workforce has changed a lot in the last 5-10 years. Like you got more people doing what we're doing, making money. I watched a video. Somebody did a breakdown on what Shannon Sharp made on that Cat Williams video. Just on the shorts by themselves, he was making over 100K on the shorts, not the whole 3 hour interview, just the shorts. But you take them out of it. Go to everyday people you see. You go into Walmart, the guy that's over all of Walmart, that store, that one store, he's making over 100,000 a year. The manager making close to that.
And
So if
then
he, if
if you look at how the multiple Walmart they are, and each store manager for 100K, you talking about a lot of people.
It's easy. I won't say it's easy, but I understand it because I understand the workforce has changed. It's not, we're not talking about a lot of jobs that, even though we need to teach this to our kids about being plumbers and HVAC and welders, we need to teach that to our kids and not, you know, every kid thinking, okay, let's go into, because a lot of them not going into STEM programs, sciences. So
Yeah.
if you're not going to do that, you go into those because plumbers and welders and HVAC they can make 100K a year. You can make 100K a year. Um, but I understand the workforce has changed. We're not doing a lot of jobs that you use your muscles. Like when in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s, everybody wanted that, excuse me, that General Motors job. We're past that because the technology has changed the way jobs are, or the way we do jobs. If you're on a lower, a lower tier, I would say job, certain jobs don't make a lot. Like you were saying, you couldn't believe that some people, a combined household is $30,000. Like how you surviving when we was having this conversation? Because some people
They
are
were
older.
saying like 30% of households make less than 50,000. And I'm like, how do
Yes,
you survive? Oh,
yes, because you got to realize that. you take 300 based on the last census, 350 million people now in America. We grew from the 2010 census. When the 2020 census came out, we had 350 million, roughly around there. You take only 1% because they moved the needle. It used to be 250,000, but now it's 400,000. That's why every time when they talk policies, they say, okay, anybody that make over 400,000 or under 400,000, you don't have to pay XYZ. But when you look at the 1%, that's 400,000 or more. So you exclude those people. So anybody making under 400,000. But let's just go 100,000 because we got one stat to start with. 25% of men make 100K a year. I know for a
But that
fact.
number
I
might be
was thinking.
different if you say
Say what?
that number might be different if you say
You said single?
that number might be different if you look on how many people make 100,000 a year.
Yeah, but you gotta think about it. So if you look at say like let me look, I'll look it up real quick. It says 34% of households,
Okay.
but that's households. But when you look at gender and you start breaking down gender, and then if you look at race, or if you look, or if you look at age groups, 18 to 30, or 30 to 45, or 45 to 55, you're gonna have different numbers. But just based on what we was talking about last night, 24, 25% of men make over 100,000. So that means in the last 5, 10 years, the wages for men have increased. So
Mm.
it's not just, and the reason why I'm thinking this, I'm going down this path, is it's not just women that are killing it. You get what I'm saying? Because we always hear, and it's nothing. I'm not taking anything away from women, but we always hear, black women are the most educated. They're the starting the most businesses and XYZ, and it's like the black men are just trash. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing nothing. But the statistics, I don't know what that 25% is according to race, but 25% of men with it used to be 5 years ago because I remember seeing this from the labor statistics 5 years ago because I looked it up. It was like 15% that made over 100K. So now you're talking a 10% increase. So men are making more money. Um, so I guess some men are saying, you know what, maybe I need to step up because we've been getting bashed in the head for the last 10 years. And I ain't even gonna get into all that other stuff, but
Mm.
men are stepping up. You know what I'm saying? Some of us are, and women are doing their thing. Women, black women, white women, all of them, they're doing their thing, man. You can go all on social media and you see a lot of women giving classes on how to do this or how to do that or steps on this or steps on that. And they business owners, you know what I'm saying? So women are killing it. You go to graduation, you see more women than men in there.
Yeah.
Any college graduation, you see more women than men in there. But um, I know people don't the average American, they don't feel it. They don't. When you look at the way prices are, they're not feeling that wage increase.
No, they're not. But our time is almost up. And thank everybody for watching. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that share button. And you got any last words for the people?
No, that's it. I just want to thank everybody. I think near the middle we had like some technical difficulty. I think I lost my feed, but it came back on. We still running. Um, and I just want to thank everybody that have subscribed to the channel. And I noticed, like, on some of the videos, we see, some likes. I mean, some views, but let's turn those views into subscriptions. So just hit that subscribe button, watch the channel, and we try to improve each week. And we want to thank you for joining the Great Perspective. Till next time.